All right, what's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for checking out this video. What is going on with Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns? I gotta say, yesterday was a huge day. This is definitely one of those situations where you can just sit back, grab your popcorn, pick up your feet, and watch the show. So where do we start? Let's start with last season. Obviously, Baker Mayfield had that torn labrum in his non-throwing shoulder, but as someone who's had a torn labrum in their shoulder, I'll tell you, that does not matter. You can see when that shoulder is popping out of place and he's in just screaming pain and he can't even move the arm. I know how that feels to have your shoulder go out of the socket and come back in. Not a good time. But anyways, he continued to play, and the Browns, press conference, the coaches and GM were like, hey, Baker can play, he's good to go. And Baker, on his side of the story, he's like, yeah, I'm obviously injured. So I feel like that's the first situation right there. There's a lot more shit going on behind the scenes, okay? I don't even think Baker had that bad of a year. Like, I watched quite a bit of, Browns games, and the one game that really stood out to me was this game against the Chargers, when I just felt like he was electrifying to watch. All right, so what happened yesterday? In the last couple of days, the Cleveland Browns announced that they are going to be entertaining the idea of potentially going after Deshaun Watson, and they even had a presentation for Deshaun Watson, and Watson, I guess, was impressed. So they were in serious contention for potentially getting Deshaun Watson. However, so even before that news came out, Baker came out with a tweet saying, basically thanking all the fans of Cleveland. So Baker probably already knew that, the Browns were interested in going after Watson. So with all of the other BS drama going on, and now finding out that his own team wants to do an upgrade, he writes that letter, okay? And then the news comes out that they're looking at Watson. And then after that information comes out, Baker Mayfield requests a trade, and there is major speculation that he has very strong interest in getting traded to the Indianapolis Colts. So I have my own opinion on that. I'll get into that maybe in a different video, because that's what happened. Like, at first he had strong interest in getting traded, but then he came out and said, yeah, I want to trade. This is BS. Get me out of here. Our relationship is not savable. It's just better for both sides if we separate. You can call Baker a drama queen, this and that, but in my opinion, if I'm your franchise quarterback, I played all year when honestly, he should have been sat down. He shouldn't have played after he had that torn labrum. He should have been deactivated and given time to get healthy for this coming up season. And now, because I know that process and it takes forever, it takes a while to get back. And not even to mention the other potential issues with, rather it was with Odell getting rid of other key guys, letting go of Jarvis. I think they traded one of their offensive linemen away. I'm not a Browns fan, but I'm just, it's just stuff I saw. If I'm wrong, please let me know. So Baker requests a trade. And then right after that, Deshaun Watson and his camp decide that, yeah, we're no longer interested in coming to Cleveland. We're good. We're going to now just decide between the Saints, Falcons, pretty much those two. There's talk about the Panthers, but nah. Okay, so what happens after that? Now the Browns have rejected Baker Mayfield's request for a trade. So now is when you can go ahead and get your popcorn out and watch this, because this is going to be pretty crazy. We all know Baker Mayfield is a pretty outspoken guy. He stays true to who he is. The only option the Browns really have is to try to call Baker in and talk it out. Try to figure this little stuff out. Because if not, I could definitely see Baker get more vocal about wanting to be released and stuff like that. So Cleveland might have screwed themselves in this situation by having your franchise quarterback, who we all knew he was hurt last year, because the year before he had a really good year. Bro, the Browns won a playoff game 2 years ago. Like, what? Yeah. The Cleveland Browns actually won a playoff game. My whole life, I've never seen that. So people, might shit on Baker, but he's done good things there. Honestly, at this point, as a Colts fan, our options are kind of looking like Jameis Winston, Matt Ryan, Baker Mayfield, potentially. And a lot of this is going to be a domino effect on where Deshaun Watson goes, okay? Now, who do I want? People claim that Winston had a really good year. I personally didn't get to see him play much, so I don't really have an opinion. Matt Ryan, my only issue with that is he's 37. I would kind of like a guy who, you can bank on for the next, I don't know, 5 to 10 years. I think getting Baker Mayfield would probably be better situation than all the other quarterbacks that are available, for obvious reasons. I mean, the dude can definitely be a stud. I like his energy that he brings to the game, his energy on the field. That's my kind of player. I like that. Now, if not, We do have Sam Ehlinger right now, but I am not sold on Sam Ehlinger. I feel like he's just like another Tim Tebow. I don't think he's going to be very good in the pros. He's the same kind of style of a quarterback. If you guys know me, you know I'm a big Matt Corral fan out of Ole Miss. You know, I really think he could fall to the second round, and that would be a great pickup if we wanted to go that route. You know, if the Colts were to trade for Baker Mayfield, I do not want to give up a first-round pick. And I don't think Chris Ballard will, just because of the whole situation with Carson Wentz that just happened. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens with this whole situation over there in Cleveland and how that's going to affect all the other teams in the NFL. You know, maybe like the select few that are still looking for a quarterback. Yeah, this quarterback draft is not, you know, as great as it normally is. However, I do think there are a couple of diamonds in there. I'm not sure about Malik Willis, only because of the school he played at. I do believe that he did transfer from Auburn, though, so that does say something. Sam Howell is a beast. And Matt Corral, those are my two. Don't really like Kenny Pickett. Think it's weird he wears two gloves. But yeah, guys, that's just my thoughts on the whole Baker Mayfield thing. Let me know what you guys think about the situation down below. And if your team was in the Colts position, which quarterback would you try to go after? Or would you just try to draft one? Hope you guys liked this little video, this little discussion. I was just thinking about it and wanted to talk about it. So if you guys did, make sure you hit that sub button for me, and I'll catch you guys later.